Alright, today KC and I are out here. We're going to do a little small game hunting. Mostly squirrels. We may kick a few brush piles and try to get some rabbits out. And really the idea is to check several cameras and shoot whatever is legal that we can. So not that it matters or anybody cares, but I've got a 28 gauge Wingmaster here that I'm really excited to shoot that my dad purchased a few years ago, and we haven't really put much use to it. So yeah, it's going to be a good day. I think he dipped into one of these holes in this dead tree, so we might have to try to push this thing over and get him out. Well, saw a squirrel about 60 yards off, chased him over here, got a shot. He was crossing the creek, and so I got a shot at him and hit him, but he wasn't mortally wounded. And we came over here, he got into this tree right here, and when he hopped in this dead tree, a sugar glider came out and hopped on this live tree right here. And then, so we came over here and started pushing on it, and all of a sudden another sugar glider comes out and hops on this tree, and then the squirrel comes out and goes all the way up the tree, and I get a shot at him right there, and he fell, so looks like we're gonna be eating good. What's going on, dude?
We were checking out all these giant rubs and talking about how this area is just a habitual area that deer use year in and year out, because there's a really old rub there and a really brand new rub here that's a giant. And then I was looking at the type of leaves on the ground, and then boom, pines. Let's pull him up and see what he is. Ooh, it's a baby with good genetics.
Baby teenager.
You know, a lot of people would look at that and say, man, it's ruined, but I think it's kind of cool. Just been chewed on a bunch. Got that wavy main beam like that. The brush busting works. I actually was like looking up underneath there, under where your feet were, and I saw his ears go through. I was like, oh, it's about to be on. And it is.
Got a rabbit.
Tasty little cottontail right there, baby.
Oh yeah. It's a good shot. It's thick in here.
It is thick in here.
I couldn't even see you. I didn't know you were gonna shoot.
Well, it was like one of those, I ain't got time to tell you about it kind of things.
Yeah.
Pre-season, we had quite a bit of mature buck movement in this area right here, and we hung our camera that direction, and we noticed that they would funnel through this way, headed straight towards the fence. We never really wanted to come in here and booger this up too much because we were afraid of bumping deer off their beds, because we assumed they were bedding close. And came in here post-season today and found that there is a tree that fell on the fence right here, and that's why they've been crossing back and forth through here. So good intel, good information for early season next year that we're gaining, you know, post-season now. There's not really a ton of deer sign in here, which is kind of funny, but also kind of makes you wonder if this isn't one of those situations where there's good browse, good food all summer, and then as soon as it starts to brown up in the fall, they move somewhere else and find a different food source. I don't know, but I do know that as the season pressed on in this area, we saw less buck movement, so there's got to be some reason, but good to see that.
Yeah, it can be pretty frustrating out here scouting a lot of times with all these pigs around. It just makes it difficult sometimes in the postseason, especially when there's tons of sign everywhere from everything in the woods. But out in this grassland country, a lot of times they'll make beds like this, and this is a huge one, which I assume is for a sow and her piglets, and just kind of keeps them warm, and it's also real comfortable on them. So I don't know, I've never seen one make one, but I would imagine something like this would take a little time to go and grab it all and put it all together.